Welcome to Nerds Geeks in the Kitchen Sink. It's the podcast that's like hanging out at the video store. I'm DK, one of your hosts.
Why do you honestly look like timid and scared every time you get ready to say that?
Because I truly don't know
I'm
what I'm
Chris, your
going to
other
say.
host. I know, right?
Improve if you feel like it. Today, I'll
See,
take the improve. I'll
see,
take
I,
it.
I, I let you go.
Yep.
I gotta keep you on your
Yep.
toes.
I can't even look at you when I do it anymore. I
I
have to
know,
like just
right?
cover that part of the screen. Hey, we have a wonderful returning guest. From only a few weeks ago, we have Bruno, who wrote the wonderful bereavement that we talked about so much. Bruno Canarino, Bruno Catarino, here to talk about Cinematic Figments, which is your new thing, right?
Yes. Hello, everyone, and thank you for having me again.
We love to
um,
have you.
yeah, Cinematic Figments, which is something that I actually started working on before the pandemic. So, yeah, it was quick getting it out here.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, definitely dive into that. I think we've both read it, Chris. Is that correct?
Yes. Yep.
So
Yep.
we'll have some questions and some things to say, but yeah, looking forward to that discussion. And so a little tease for people who may
hmm
be watching or listening. We got a lot of cool stuff to talk about today. So all right. Well, let's start as we always do. Chris, what have you been into? What have you been reading, watching,
Okay. Like,
playing?
like on last time that have a shit ton of comics to go through
Yep.
that I've been bored and backing. I've got three, and two are kind of relevant of what we're going to finish today's with.
Oh,
But I'll start with, let's see if you can see this.
the
I know it,
nude mutants.
I know it's backwards, but I got the number two, issue number two.
That's
I
great.
actually have one of my own collection, but this one was from the auction. So I'm happy on that. It's one issue I'm missing.
That's great.
And then two covers I know you're going to love, DK. And like I said, it's kind of with what we're going to be talking about at the end of the discussion. But
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh,
All right. Yep. I know the Fall from Grace one, but
yes,
this other one, I'm trying to make sense of what it is. Can you?
by demons driven.
Yeah, I just can't really see the art exactly. Something. Is he? Is there a
In that,
hand? Is there a
yes,
hand?
he's gripped by in the hand of a
All
demon.
right. All right.
So this came out about the same time that like the stuff with Fall of the Mutants and Inferno, and they were going kind of a dark turn through all the MC,
Sure.
all the Marvel comics. It's a good issue. I had to thumb through it very carefully.
That's wonderful.
So I'm still I'm about halfway through now of boarding and bagging.
Is that issue where they're headed with the new show, you think? A big demon's going to grab him?
No,
Oh,
no.
okay.
I'd love to see some MCU horror other than zombies, but
Oh,
yeah, no.
we need needs to happen. We really
Yeah,
need to have it. I
right.
mean, we got there about 40% with Multiverse of Madness, but why don't we go further?
Well, I mean, technically, I guess you could consider like Werewolf by Night,
Oh,
a little bit of horror,
it's crazy that that's one of the best MCU things, period.
right?
So fun. I
Especially
watched it the other night. I love it.
before they colorized it.
Don't
I
watch the
loved it in the
colorized version.
I
That's
loved it.
horseshit.
Yeah.
Who, if you watch that in color, delete it. Delete everything. Go outside.
I mean,
Cancel Disney Plus.
Cancel.
isn't kind of what Fox tried to do with New Mutants, trying to go to horror kind of take?
They
Yes.
did. Ileana was the best thing out of that movie, and I wish Anna Taylor Joy would go into the MCU as Magic because she played the character perfectly. But that's literally about it when it came to
I would agree with you. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, why did that movie get buried so hard? Because like it wasn't great,
because
but it wasn't any
it
worse
was
than the
right
other.
at the
Oh, it was
beginning of the
COVID.
pandemic
Yep.
because that was the last movie that I saw in the theater before they shut all the
Mine
theaters
was
down.
Sonic the Hedgehog with a child.
Well, I mean, at least you took Zora on that one.
Isn't it known as like the deadliest movie ever because it killed more people than because of COVID? That's grim.
I don't know about
Isn't that
that.
fun that Sonic the
That's
Hedgehog killed thousands of people? Oh, I don't know, man. I don't
no,
know.
I honestly think, Snow White probably killed more people than
What about
just
Mike
from boredom.
Myers? What about Mike Myers, the love guru? That surely killed some people.
And I'm talking the new one. Well, technically, I
Uh,
guess Captain America 4 killed more people because remember the theater collapsed on the one theater on in
oh
the
my
one
God.
showing.
No, I
But
don't think
but
I heard
luckily,
that.
but honestly, luckily nobody was watching it, so nobody got hurt.
Oh. Well, I told the story on the show, but I saw that with in an empty theater. It was just me and my group, literally no one else. It was wonderful.
That's unfortunate because yeah, I mean the movie is not great, but
No.
I did not dislike it. It's
Anytime I
it's
can see
fun.
Harrison Ford on that screen pointing his finger at me, and I'm like, all right, this is good. All right. Well, Chris, anything else you've been reading, playing?
Not really. I'm still playing War Robots Frontier.
It's called War Robots.
Yeah.
That's such a cool name. It tells you exactly what's
I
happening in
mean,
this.
yeah, there's no drama, no extra. It's mechs beating the hell out of each other.
Wonderful.
So,
All right. Is it mainly like guns and missiles and stuff, or is there like
oh no,
melee?
there's no real melee to it, but I mean, there's sonic weapons, missiles, laser cannons.
Sure. Well, I
Up
play. Did you ever play
close.
Titanfall 2?
I did.
The multiplayer for that, like some of those mechs had like swords and shit.
Oh, I know. There's
Oh,
actually one Titan mech in this that's got like this spinning blade thing that you just walk and just cleave people.
that's pretty fun.
So, yeah.
Party's over. All right, that's fun. Bruno, how about you? Anything you're watching or reading, playing?
Yeah, I mean reading definitely I'm more towards, indies. You guys kind of know that.
Sure.
I started reading, well, this is not super indie because it's Vertigo, but I started reading uh American Vampire, so I know an oldie.
I just bought
Oh,
that. I
you
haven't read it
cannot
yet.
see it. Why can't you see it?
It thinks
It's
it's
at the
part of your
same level.
background.
Yeah.
It's at the same level as my face. You should be able
Yeah.
to see it.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah. And then I stopped because I got sick and I wanted something more fun. And then I started reading the biography of Harvey Weinstein.
Whoa.
No, sex
That's
criminal.
Oh, I can't read it. I can't. I didn't
Yeah, I
know.
know.
I was like, whoa,
No,
what the hell?
no, it's
some light reading. Yeah.
no, it's
Now I get it.
the Matt Fraction and Chip Zdarsky, sex criminals. Yeah, and
Awesome.
it's being really fun. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
Great, great. I will
Um,
eventually get to that as well, I'm sure.
yeah, it's been in my pile for a really long time, and I finally picked it up. So yeah, just going through that. What else? I mean, I'm playing Octopath Traveler 2,
Oh,
which
yes.
is really nice. I'm really enjoying it. I think they made some changes from the first one that doesn't work as well for me because it makes the game too easy. It's like
Oh,
Oh.
no, it gives you more options, and because you
yeah,
have so many options, the game gets really easy.
I get that.
But yeah, other than that, it's fun. It's good fun, and the soundtrack is. I'm addicted to the soundtrack. Literally, it's really that good.
Yep, that's awesome. And that game just looks, they're gorgeous. Both of them are gorgeous.
Yeah, they are really good. Yeah,
Yeah, we've come a long way, RPGs. But I love that it manages to still be, I mean, it's totally retro. It's totally
And
retro.
yeah, it is. It has like that 2D look, but very. It has some these really cool shots where it kind of just shifts perspective, and it looks. I can't explain it. It's just really weird because it's 2D, but it has like this 3D vibe
Yeah,
of moving in the space. It's like what the hell is
it's
happening? But
clever.
it's
Yeah,
great.
I love that. Yeah, that's wonderful. Great. Well, that's really good. Uh, anything else?
I don't know. I haven't really done that much because I've been watching Daredevil, which
Sure.
great. But I guess still saving that for
We'll get a little deeper
later.
on that in
Yeah.
a
Well,
bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And I went back to Only Murders in the Building, really, which is I don't know if you watched any of it, but it's fun. It's yeah,
it's Martin Short and Steve Martin. It's fun. Brainless
exactly. Yeah,
humor. Yeah.
Sure.
yeah, yeah,
I,
yeah. I think it does have some really cool moments. Yeah.
that's all right. Speaking of comedy, I watched last night the first episode of is it called Last Laugh?
Hmm.
Um, the
I
UK
heard of that.
version.
Oh,
And so I only saw the trailer for it this week, and it was just like the host is Jimmy Carr, and you're like, okay, great, that's a standard, host. And then it just keeps showing the people who are in it, and it's just like person after person who I love from Taskmaster. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. Bob Mortimer, check, I'm on board. Daisy May Cooper, great, I'm on board. Um, Richard, how do you say his last name? Ayoade? You know what I'm
I
talking
don't
about.
know.
He's from
Yes,
the
but I
IT
don't know.
crowd. I don't know how to
Yeah,
say his last name, and I should, but he's incredible. I mean, so many people. It's really funny, and the whole concept is it's so simple. It's don't laugh. You have the
yeah,
funniest people in the world in a room together, and you're asking them not to laugh. And it's essentially a game where they're trying to trick each other into laughing. It's it's really good. It's really good.
yeah. It's actually weird that there hasn't been another show like that because there's so many. I don't know if you saw, but there are so many like YouTube channels that actually do that, like telling
Sure.
I
jokes.
was just gonna say you
Try
beat
not to
me to it.
laugh.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen. Yeah, just not with
Yeah,
celebrity actual
No,
comedians.
not with professional
Right.
comedians. Yeah.
Speaking of Jimmy Carr, he's gonna be in St. Louis for a comedy show this summer.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah.
I don't want to go. What if he yells at me?
Sit in the back, you'll be fine.
But yeah, it's on Amazon Prime, at least here in the US. I highly recommend that. It looks like it's been already exported to other countries. It may be from other countries. I'm not sure. A lot with like a lot of those panel shows where they just go, "Oh, that'll work everywhere. Just
Right.
get the locals involved," you know? Um,
It,
so
it's the voice comedy version
for
where they have
sure,
them
yeah.
all over. Yeah.
Yeah, you better believe I've watched Taskmaster, New Zealand, Australia. What was the one? I watched one that was in a different language even. Was it Denmark? No, 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 no. One of those, some Scandinavian place. It was. I love Taskmaster, okay, and I'll watch it in whatever, wherever I can get it. Also, in the last couple of weeks, I watched the 1977 film House, the Japanese one. Has anyone seen that movie?
The Japanese house. I always thought you were talking about the 80s version of
I love that
that.
movie.
Yeah.
Ding Dong, You're Dead.
Yeah. No,
And the
I have not
sequel,
seen that. I have
House
not
2,
seen.
The Second Story. What a
Yes.
great name. Uh,
No, I have not seen the Japanese
the
1977.
1977 movie House. I'd seen tons of clips of it. It's been around, and it was a movie where I'm always like, "Oh, I will see that eventually. It'll
Right.
happen," and it happened. So I knew what I was getting into, and I kind of knew about it, and I wasn't really surprised by anything I saw. But oh my God, what a movie! It's for the first hour, it feels like a sitcom is about to start, just like constantly. Has anyone seen Too Many Cooks?
Yeah.
That short, it's like a comedy horror thing on Adult
Hmm.
Swim. It's where like yeah, it's like a sitcom is about to start. It just constantly the music is playing and the people are coming
Right.
into a room and going, like whatever the move is. House feels like that, where the music is playing and it's people and it feels so light and it feels like a commercial in some way. Like
Right.
every little scene, which I found out later, it's like, oh, the guy that directed it was a famous advertisement producer,
Uh,
so yeah, that makes sense. But it is a strange film that directly influenced Evil Dead 2. And so for me, that's like I should have seen this a long time ago. Uh, but yeah, it was really fun to watch. I think probably it takes a certain kind of person to enjoy this movie, House. But if you are like me and you like weird horror or just weird media, it's really fun. Yeah, I think some people are going to find that I haven't seen it yet and go, "What the hell?" Like you should. I definitely
of
should
all
have seen.
people, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's just a movie where like I've always known about it, but it's just like I'll get there eventually. It'll come up, and it finally came up. So I apologize. Okay.
how dare you not watch
Yeah.
it yet? Yeah,
But I mean, it has a very Japanese sensibility, which really works for it. There, I don't even want to get into what the story is, but these girls are in this house, and very strange things are happening. There's an evil cat. There's an evil aunt. There's a disembodied head that flies around and bites people on the ass. Um, someone's eaten by a piano. There's,
So
I mean,
proper evil, that kind of stuff.
Right.
legitimately, there's a scene where like everything in the house is like shaking and like kind of freaking out, and you're like, oh, this is the scene when Ash is losing his mind, and
Right.
the lamp is going. it's it's amazing. It's so
But
good.
it's in Japanese, so it's
There's a little bit of that. There's a little bit of that. Well, and it goes right along, Chris, with something that we can't even really talk about yet, but that you and I are watching. So a
yes.
little tease. I don't know when it will happen, when it will come out, but keep your eyes on the show Dead Formats. That's all I can really tell you.
Yeah.
Um, it's that film is something. So a little tease. You'll hear about it, I promise.
Yeah.
But yeah, we
Yes.
can't say anything else. That's very fun.
Yeah.
So as far as playing, nothing new. There's a new season for the finals. Boring. I mean, I love it. It's my favorite shooter, but nothing new there. Uh, as far as reading, I just read Bruno's Cinematic Figments.
Right.
That was fun. I did read the most recent Hell Hunters and I finished. Did I already talk about Batman? I think I finished. I think we did that last time. The Batman Full Moon came to a
Oh yeah.
close. It
Yeah.
did end.
Yeah.
It's such a solid run. And I know some people, you're maybe moved away from DC and Marvel. You maybe are more into indie stuff. And I love the indie stuff.
Right there with them. Yeah.
I know, yeah, and we celebrate all of it. But this Batman was for me. It was just like, and I think this is like the third show in a row where I talked about it. But I loved the Batman Full Moon. It's like it's a werewolf story, but it also has Batman in it.
Well, and that's one of the kind of the things that I've noticed with these like small runs from the big two. They've got really good small runs, but like their long-standing titles and these through
Yep.
storylines are what's the shit.
Yep.
You
I
know,
did.
I mean, these one shots with these. Well, you think somebody's in office go, we'll give this creator a shot at this three-issue series, and
Yeah.
then it blows everybody out of the water. But then, you go to the normal Detective Comics issue, and
I have the most recent Absolute Batman, and it's been sitting on my table for 2 weeks. I haven't
yeah,
read it yet. So I read the most recent Absolute Superman, and it's good. I do. That's one that's gotten okay for me, but
yeah,
still Wonder Woman takes the crown. I did get there's Absolute Flash and Absolute Martian Manhunter, but
I saw those.
I have Flash, but I didn't get Martian Manhunter. I don't think they had it,
Yeah,
and I haven't even read the Flash yet, so we'll see. So anyway, I think that's everything I want to tell you about
okay,
that I watched, apart from Daredevil, which we will get to. So yeah, that's it for what I watched and what I read. I want to talk to Bruno about cinematic figments.
yeah.
Is that okay with you, Chris?
Absolutely. I mean, we led right into it talking about comics, so let's go right
Yeah,
into.
we might as well. Um,
It sucks. Don't. No, I'm kidding.
no, are you kidding me? Bruno, why don't you just give us a brief like overview of like what it is, what people can expect, where they can find it, all the good stuff.
Yeah, this is the part where my brain just freezes and I can't have any decent thoughts. But
You're only having indecent thoughts right now?
Oh, okay.
yeah, I mean, I'm reading Sex Criminals, you know. I mean, anyway, oh, what happened? Oh, you're sharing screen.
I'm just
and
sharing that. Go on.
the whole thing just went, yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
Yeah,
scare you.
no, all good. So Cinematic Figments is really just a series of short stories that some of them I wrote originally as short screenplays, others I just never got to write because, I'm never going to make this as a film, and others were just ideas in like a note app, and I just thought, well, no, I'm writing comics, that's a good place to do them. So I just wrote them as comics, and I wanted to collect them in one big book. But when it's actually really hard to get an anthology done, because you get a lot of people moving at different speeds and all of that. So
Sure.
yeah, I mean, I just decided, okay, let's just do this as separate, smaller books, and that's kind of what I've done. So releasing it as an issue 1 and an issue 2 for now.
Sure. Is there any plan for this to be an ongoing thing?
yeah, there's more to come. So there's definitely going to be an issue 3 and an issue 4. We'll see after that, but there's no lack of, ideas to go even crazier, weirder than, some of these stories.
Sure. Well, I mean, I would say right off the bat, having just read them, they are great. You do get the different styles, the different art styles,
Right.
but I like that it obviously like you wrote it all, and it seems to kind of flow in that way. Like you can tell that the hand of one person has sort of guided this whole thing. I think tonally is what I'm trying to say. It
Yeah.
all makes sense. Sometimes you get an anthology. I think this is where I'm really going. Sometimes you get an anthology, and they are just all over the place. And to me, that
Right.
sometimes is good, sometimes is bad. But I liked in this that this is sort of tonally guided by the same hand, and it all sort of feels more cohesive, and it like this was meant to go together. This isn't like, well, we had some scripts, so we just chopped all the stuff out and only gave you the good parts, and then you get what you get. And you get all these different teams working on it, and there it is. But I think it's a strength of this that you do. Again, you're the one guiding everything, but it's fun because you can see the different people who interpreted like the art and everything. It's so different, but it's just all work. I thought it was great. It feels like Twilight Zone. I think that's probably
A little bit,
obvious.
yeah.
I mean, when there's a Sterling reference in it, the spoilers, but there was one where I'm like, I think I saw this episode uh, for sure. But I think that is not I'm not calling anybody out. That's more of a, hey, if you enjoy something like that, this is on that level. So
Mhm.
Well, and even some of the stories go, comparing Twilight Zone, but also like Tales from the Dark Side, because the second issue gets a little darker, and
sure. Oh
and then
yeah.
some of the visuals of it are really kind of, if you really like go over them several times in your head, that's like a nightmare that you would wake up to, So, and totally just between the two issues with the little bit of variance in it, you can tell kind of it's totally the same, but you go to different places just between two different, issues.
Isn't it fun that we're just telling him about his thing?
I know, right?
No, but
But I'm
uh,
I'm I'm glad at least he's gotten on. You're a fucking idiot. Yeah.
You people
no, no,
No,
misunderstood
you
it.
totally missed the point. Yeah. No.
no. It's actually great to hear that because in when I decided which stories would go in each issue, I was not thinking about that, but now that you say it, actually makes sense. So it was maybe subconscious, or maybe it was just random, and
Well,
I'll
it's
take
like
the credit.
it's almost like you're going further and further down the rabbit hole. You know.
Yeah. I think the first book is more like an intro, and then the second book,
Hmm.
like you say, it does get darker. And yeah, maybe it was random, maybe it was not. I don't know.
It's like an album. As a musician, like when I'm putting tracks on an album and figuring out what goes where, you don't want to start with the heaviest, most intricate,
Beat you
the
over the
things
head.
the
Yeah.
things are going to be more ask more of the listener. You don't
Right.
want to start with those. Not to say that the first issue is just all fluff. It's not, but
No. No.
I think it does seem as though we've got a good little intro, and it's some nice stairs leading down to the next level of
Mhm.
depravity. For sure. It does seem to be plotted out that way. And it worked for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, depravity is definitely not the word that I would use it, but I'll take it. I will take it.
It's probably the wrong word, but hey.
No.
But yeah, so for anyone who likes, number one, I mean, just looking at the cover, I literally showed it to, I was reading it on my tablet, and my daughter walked into the room, and I was like, she's like, what are you doing? And I was like, just reading this, and I showed her the cover, and the first thing she read was, oh, sci-fi. She didn't even read Cinematic Figments. She goes, oh, sci-fi. It's
Yeah.
sci-fi. So that
And
was a
it's nice to
clever,
see that. It's nice to see more of that.
and I like when it's spelled SCIFI and not
Yes.
SYFY.
Right.
I
Damn channel.
I've never gotten over it. That change destroyed me.
I mean, why would someone spell it like that? I mean, that's not right at
No,
all.
no.
Yeah, don't. Yeah.
If you have a TV channel that is specifically for nerds, you go and make a change like that is going to upset all the nerds. What are you doing?
I mean,
Who is in charge?
the only thing I can say is business wise, you can trademark
Yeah,
SCYFY and you can't SCIFI.
yeah, but you could trademark the Sci-Fi Channel, can't you?
Well, yeah,
Come
but it's,
on.
you know, as well as I do, everything anymore is just logos and snippets. You know,
Yep.
the ADHD generation has a hard time saying the sci-fi channel.
Don't
Fair.
bum me out. That could be a story in this. Legitimately, Bruno, write this down.
Yeah.
The dumbing down of society. It'll
Taking
be good.
note.
I can't wait to see it in issue 3.
Oh,
Okay, issue 4. Fine.
Yeah. Soon.
All right, all right, all right.
Not this, but soon.
So you randomly walked into one there, DK.
Maybe so.
Every once in a while, even a pitcher gets a home run. So,
Yep. Well, but yeah, I mean, do you want to talk about sort of the inspiration? Like, I know you said that you just had random notes, but I mean, like, are there things that you maybe grew up with that sort of inspired? I mean, is it Twilight Zone or is it something else?
No. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No. Yeah, I mean, it's weird because I didn't really grow up with Twilight Zone. It's something that I kind of just came into, years later as an adult, and I was like, okay, this is actually really freaking good. But yeah, I guess it's I I do like that kind of storytelling. I do like storytelling that is not just about, uh, look, sometimes I want, giant robots fighting, like you were mentioning.
right.
Hmm.
Sometimes I want that. Sometimes I want something a little bit more, intricate, that has some, not necessarily a message, but that has leaves some room for thinking. And
Right.
Twilight Zone is an example of that, but
Oh,
there's
yeah,
more, there's
absolutely.
tons of movies that do that. And I don't know, I feel like I think Cinematic Figments is like where I put those stories, which don't really fit that much anywhere else. But yeah, inspiration, I mean, Parasites, again, was just a random idea that I had about, telling a story about aliens that's not really about aliens.
Right.
It's about what you see in the last panel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah,
I don't want
so
to spoil it, but
No.
yeah, and looking back, I probably could have made that more obvious. I feel like if I was writing that book right now, I probably would have made like a splash page, like to make it very obvious that this is the thing, this is what the
oh,
story is about.
it landed perfectly for me. I
Oh,
think if you
yeah.
go
I
too
was gonna
far,
say, yeah.
I would have been mad at you. Yeah, don't go too far. I
It
think.
almost makes you think a little bit more after seeing that kind of conclusion
Yep.
in that, and you're like, almost. I mean, not comparing like any way to it really, but the way that you look at a movie like Sixth Sense, you have
Yeah.
to watch it the second time and go like, I missed that, but yes, that's it. I missed that, but oh my god, how did I not know that? That's
Hmm.
exactly what was going on. You
Okay,
know,
okay. No, that makes sense. Thank you. And
Please.
so
just to
something
note,
like that makes you a repeat reader and watcher, and that you go back and be like, because normally even just your basic comics, you go through it, and then once you get to the end, you're like, okay, wait a minute, did I miss something? And then I'll go back, and then I'll start jumping back and forth to see, so, and I've done that in novels and movies, and that's good storytelling. I mean,
okay. That,
that's something
that
that's been lacking. So,
that's good to hear. Yeah, thank you for that. I mean, I guess I mentioned this because I did have people, saying that. Well, not saying, but behaving as if like, oh, I don't think you got the ending. I
Oh,
was like,
okay.
yeah, I was like, no, I don't think you got it, and I was like, yeah, maybe I need to make it more obvious. So it's actually good to hear that that's not the case. It's like like everything. Um, yeah, but that story was really that. It was just like this crazy idea that I wanted to do as a short film, you know, too expensive. And I thought, okay, let's make it as a comic. And yeah, I'm glad that it worked out. I mean, Infinite is the weirdest one because I just had like, when you wake up and you have like this weird idea of a dream, but you don't really remember it.
Yep.
It was that. And I had
Right.
like this, um, the whole, the captions, the voiceover, if you want to call it like that,
Mhm.
in my head. And I just started typing down notes, but I had no idea what it was going to be.
It's weird that you say
Uh,
that because I'm not kidding. Like that, I got that vibe on actually some of these. That it
Right.
was like this feels like a dream, or this feels like when I'm waking up. Yeah, and I'm like trying to find what was that? Like
It's
what?
like the shadows of the dream that are still kind of rolling around in your head, but
Yeah, like
yeah, can't
yeah.
remember the, moment to moment.
subconscious like fears and like human things.
Mhm.
Um,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
And it's like mixing in the reality with fantasy, not,
Mm.
the fantasy aspect of it, of a,
It
you
all
know,
relates to. It's all something that we could all relate to,
right.
you're just magnifying it through this strange lens
Sci-fi. Yeah.
of a certain type of guy in a certain type of situation.
Right.
I like how you avoid spoilers and that.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it because it's fun, and those are the
Yeah.
little gifts that these stories will give you. Is that
Right.
you find out on the second to last page. Oh, by the way, oh, okay,
Yeah.
you know that's why these are fun, and
Yeah.
that's I think probably if you have an anthology, a lot of these stories need to have that, or else they just don't
Right.
have a punch, and you're like, why did I read this?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So
I think one that is so in the last page. I don't know if I don't know if this one is noticeable, and I don't want to go into spoilers, but the last line of the that story is kind of hinting at something about the
yes,
reader,
Hmm.
yes,
and I don't know if that comes across, but it's like it's
yeah,
like that final nail in the
Right.
yep. If
yeah.
nothing else, it does kind of make you go, now, hang on, what could he mean here? You
Right.
know, and
Right.
so exactly, yeah,
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
one of that thought provoking, oh, we're going there, you know. And
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm glad that. Yeah. I'm glad to hear that it kind of came across. But yeah.
yeah,
Um. Yeah. I don't know. I think the inspiration comes from all over the place. Like you see, right? I mean, uh, My Time Has Come is a very more traditional story. Really, I don't even know where the inspiration came from, but it's like I don't know. I guess it's the yeah, I think professionally I've been in some similar situations
mm-hmm.
and just, feel like, oh fuck, I really want to do this thing that is probably not great, but I don't know. I think it's like it's really hard to explain. It's like you say, a lot of this is very much like dream-like things that yeah, they don't make sense until they do on the page.
right.
Sure.
So yeah.
I felt like that my time has come. That was the one that felt most like a EC Comics, Tales from the Crypt, or something along those lines.
Right.
There's a new series they're doing called Cruel Kingdom. Not Cruel. That one's great too, but no, there's another one called oh, what is it? They have a sci-fi version. Um,
Okay.
what is it called? I can't remember, but this would fit right in that series for sure. That I think that might have been my favorite one.
Okay. Okay. It, uh, it's strange because I hear people saying that that was their favorite story, and that's yeah, it's interesting to hear that.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's but good to hear. Yeah.
Chris, what was your favorite one?
Uh, I honestly, I'm gonna have to agree with you.
Oh,
That's
really?
probably, yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Okay.
just between everything, I loved all of them. I mean, I honestly did. I liked a lot of them. A lot of them were, like I said, they made me go back and think a little bit more. But yeah, I'm with DK.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. So sounds good. I am very I don't know, surprised, but at the same
Yeah.
time in a good way. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Good, good,
Um,
cool. Great. All right. Well, hey, so tell people about where they can get this. I mean, you just started a Kickstarter, right? For this?
yeah, the Kickstarter started Tuesday, something like that. So we are about 40%, slightly over 40%. And yeah, if you go to Kickstarter, look for Cinematic Figments, and yeah, you have both issue 1 and 2, so that people who want the physical versions can basically save on shipping, because you get two for the price of one, so to speak.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, you have my previous books as well there if you want. And I went really simple with this campaign, just books, no fluff, and that's kind of
I
it,
appreciate
really.
that. I do.
Yeah,
Because generally I'll go for, unless it's something crazy. Like I'll usually just go with the Kickstarter. I'll just go for the books usually.
right,
And I did
right.
get, I think I put it out there on Bluesky. Like I did get the bereavement one. It's so much better to have the physical thing in your
Yes,
hands. The art really pops. It's just wonderful. So yeah, I mean, it's very nice, and I hope people will consider that with this because I can't wait to see these in the proper format. I mean,
right.
look, if digital's your only option, go for it. They're great stories, and they're going to work
Yeah,
for you regardless. But I mean, let's be honest about these too. Like they're very independent. You're not going to find these on a shelf somewhere.
no,
The this is the place to get it. So if
right.
you you want something that's a little bit more unique, here it is.
You are better at promoting my own books than I am. Thank you.
I'm available.
And I mean, yeah, physical is always the way to go. Obviously,
Yep.
probably spent more than my wife really was happy with me with
On those comics.
on those comics in auction. Several, I had a trunk load.
You literally
So,
did have a trunk full of comics. And you're like, hey, come outside real quick. I gotta show you something. Like we're doing an arms deal.
yeah,
Uh
And, yeah, and it's just not what you spend in the comics, right? It's also the storage, the shelf space,
yeah, right, yeah,
everything else.
and all the
yes,
bags and the
all the
boards.
bags and the boards and the yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Chris, you know
you
what's
need to
funny?
move.
You gave me those Ghost Rider comics,
Uh-huh.
and I still have them sitting on my desk. Another person that I work with walked into my office and said, "Hey, I was going through some stuff, and I found this Ghost Rider comic." I think you inspired him because he saw
Okay.
those on my
Yeah,
desk.
when
He's
I
like, "Oh,
wrote them in, yeah.
you like Ghost Rider? I have this Ghost Rider comic from the early '80s. If you want it." And I briefly talked about it. If you're in our Discord, you maybe already know about this,
Right.
but it's an amazing, like, I don't want to say pointless issue, but it's like it's from a time when it must have been sort of lean. They weren't really sure what they were doing, and it's Ghost Rider versus Water Wizard. Do you guys know Water Wizard?
Yes, I know who Water Wizard is.
In the story, literally, there's Water Wizard and there's another villain.
Uh-huh.
The other villain is like making fun of Water Wizard because he just flat out sucks.
Yeah.
He's like, your outfit's stupid, your powers are stupid. What are you doing? Ghost Rider keeps kicking your ass. What are you doing? So he like gets some big boots and he's like, I changed my outfit. And but Ghost Rider still just kicks his ass. Um, but the most fun thing about that issue was that it had that I think I posted this in the Discord, but it had these Empire Strikes Back collectible candy tins.
Yeah.
But it's almost as if the movie, and I didn't look at the dates, but maybe the movie wasn't out yet, and they were just
Mhm.
pre-selling. Lucas loves that stuff.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
He's pre-selling you toys and collectibles already because that's
Because yeah,
Kenner.
to me is
Yeah.
yeah.
And so in the comic, and I don't know if this was just some other limitation or what, but there's a Darth Vader option for the candy tin, and there's a Yoda option for the candy tin.
Uh
But the Yoda is flesh colored.
huh.
It is bad.
Horrific. Yeah.
It is bad. I don't recommend that should exist anymore, but it continues to exist,
But you
unfortunately.
know what? That damn thing is probably like god awful expensive because people were like, "There's no way in hell I want that thing."
I mean,
Oh yeah.
why? The light's too bright, but yeah, that should not. That should not. Oh, and then there's one other thing where the Fantastic Four. It's a full page ad for Hostess snack cakes and fruit pies and things.
Oh yeah.
And it's the Fantastic Four going on a camping trip. And these there's a rock slide and these things are like dangerous happening.
I love those Hostess
all
ads that were in comics back
they're
then.
just worried about my Hostess fruit pies. Thank God, my Hostess fruit pies. We don't want our Hostess fruit pies to be in jeopardy. I wish you could read that better.
Yeah.
But yeah, there we go.
There you go.
Yeah. Thank you, Human Torch.
Yes. Man, I remember when like Larry Byrne, Dr. J, and Magic Johnson were on Hostess pie ads in comics.
Incredible.
Yes. So those were awesome.
Yep.
X-Men ones and everything else.
Oh, and just to real quick go back to the Ghost Rider ones that you gave me.
Mm-hmm.
The first one I opened it up, Army of Darkness ad right there, and I was like, yes, I love it. If nothing else, it's worth just having that Army of Darkness ad. So okay, we probably should go to those links you sent me. Do you want to go to those first?
Yeah, let's go first. Let's go for the most mild, and then we'll ramp up on the
I don't know what the most mild is. You got to tell me.
You'll see it when you look at it. Between the three, you know which the most mild is.
Okay. Yeah, I think I got it.
This will be a movie that actually makes Disney money. It's,
well, according to this. Oh, no, never mind. I thought it was out already, but it's not.
No, not yet. Let's watch.
All right. I had to share sound or this won't work.
All right.
How's that look?
Okay.
So this is Lilo and Stitch. Now, forgive me, Chris.
No problem.
I've never seen Lilo and Stitch.
See, I have older kids, so Isabella loved this movie. We played it all the time.
I know the original was a cartoon, like a 2D animation.
Yes.
Great
2D animation, by the way.
And I know that there's something called Lilo and Stitch. Stitch has a glitch. What is that?
That was a ride.
It's a ride? I thought it
was
a
ride in Disney World. Yeah, that was a ride in Disney World.
I just have these phrases in my mind, like
Alvin and the Chipmunks,
the Squeakquel.
They came out with a second movie, I think, and then they came out with a series.
Okay.
When it was at the height of its popularity.
As everyone knows, I've often been too cool for Disney. So
right.
All right. Well, let's give this a look here.
We have apprehended a dangerous experiment.
Whoa. Okay. Well, listen. Right off the bat, he's very cute.
Right.
To my knowledge of this is Stitch, right?
Yes.
To my knowledge of the character Stitch, it looks dead on.
And what's funny is this shot of him right here in that ride. This is exactly how he looked like at the park.
Is this the glitch?
No.
Oh, okay.
Where is he?
The glitch is he gets out.
Hold on. Does he have a lot of arms?
Yeah.
What? This dude's got 4 arms?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't remember. I mean, I haven't seen the cartoon either, but I don't remember him having.
You'll see. They show a little clip of what he does, why he looks different later.
All right. Tell me the truth. Is he related to Goro?
And you know what? Maybe.
All right.
I don't think Goro had that big of ears, but
those are $500 sunglasses, asshole.
Yeah.
Where is he?
He escaped.
He's trying to find the police cruisers.
He took the red one.
What hideous planet is caught in your crosshairs?
Shooting star! I wish for a friend.
So she wishes for a friend and then Stitch shows up.
Yeah.
All right. I get it.
Like a best friend.
What the hell?
It's cute. Now, hold on. You see what I'm seeing?
Yeah.
Little guy's only got 2 arms now.
Did you see what he did with the antennas?
Yes.
They just didn't show it. He did that with the arms, too.
So he's a secret freak.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how secret you can get, like, looking like that. Without the arms and the antennas.
All right.
cute and fluffy.
He is your responsibility. Got it.
We promise.
Yeah.
Wait, Stitch can talk?
Down from there.
Sort of.
Okay.
No. Control him. Hey, what are you doing?
Stitch kills a guy.
Dogs on the table.
You sure that's a dog?
Yeah.
Rough.
All right, he's hot wiring on Hot Wheels. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
We got an Elvis song for the trailer.
Oh yeah.
Ew, we are not keeping this thing.
Ohana means family. Family means nobody gets left behind.
Or forgotten.
Stitch bad.
Sometimes
Oh,
family
Stitch
isn't
bad.
perfect. That doesn't mean they aren't good.
Family.
That was close. I don't think you're
I always wanted to do that. The forbidden drink,
Yeah.
lava lamp.
Yeah.
to drink that.
Hold on, am I just? This is in Hawaii, right? This takes place
Yes.
in,
Yes. It takes place in.
Are
Hawaii.
they playing a mental game with me because of the Elvis Hawaii thing?
No. Elvis music is through the whole thing.
Okay, wait, is it
Yeah.
in the original?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I didn't know that. But didn't
Dude,
Elvis
you have to watch it.
Didn't Elvis famously go to Hawaii?
Several times.
Okay,
I mean, Blue Hawaii, one is a song and a movie.
yeah,
Yeah.
Well, okay, can I real quick?
Go for
Elvis
it.
movies. Have I told you my upset with Elvis movies?
Uh-uh.
Because when I was a kid, I always thought of Elvis as kind of like a bad boy,
hmm
and like because you're a kid and what. But I always thought he had like leather pants. Did he have leather pants?
Yeah.
At one point,
In
he always
the
had like,
70s,
he always
the
had those
jumpsuits.
outfits, right?
The
And he looked-
jumpsuits,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So when I hear that there's Elvis movies, I'm thinking they're going to be like Charles Bronson movies, like
no.
like Elvis is like
They
dealing
were
out
like
justice in the streets. You know
no,
what I mean?
like the more like the 40 or 50s like beach movies and
It's so upsetting.
Yeah.
Elvis should have been hunting down criminals. Elvis should have been like a rookie cop with a bad attitude. Elvis should have been, like die-hearted at least
that
twice.
was more 70s.
I know, but
Elvis.
It's so stupid that we didn't get Elvis, like, I don't know, doing any of those fun things. What a waste
Hey, man.
of Elvis.
I mean, he
can do
played a
that.
doctor in the ghetto.
If you ever want to, make a comic or something, you can do that. Tell
Yeah,
that
there we
story.
go. Yep.
Sure. I'm sure it would be easy
Just
for me
got
to
it.
secure
Elvis was a
the
secret
rights.
FBI informant and undercover agent.
Well, like I love Bubba Hotep, so I mean, there's
Yeah.
one thing. Okay,
Right.
all right. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail,
No,
but
go
like
for
I
it.
was always every time I would watch an Elvis movie, I'm like, they're just singing and dancing. What is this? That's romance, fine, but there's not even anyway. Elvis should kill some people.
Agent Cobra Bubbles, we have a blue dog to catch.
No, wait.
Well, so there's alien
Tracking him. Yeah.
people on
Yep.
the world trying to get him. Okay,
There's government agent and aliens trying to track him.
okay.
I'm gonna give you to the count of 3, Stitch. 1.
I think he did that on purpose. Okay. All right. So Stitch.
I mean, it looks like a fun movie, and like I said, for a lot of kids, and this one will bring in the people, unlike the recent Snow White movie.
I don't know much about it, but except that people seem to not like it.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
It's not
that
good.
same old conversation. Okay. So the next thing. Oh, are there any more thoughts on Lilo and Stitch?
No, it's like I said, I'll go see it with my daughter.
Sure.
She'll like to, even though she's in college, she'll love to reminisce of it,
Sure.
and it looks fun. So
Seems like a fun movie for that, for that group of.
yeah,
For sure.
Maybe not for the age of your daughter.
yeah.
But yeah, but
We were at Hot Topic yesterday, and the sort of goth punk emo people that were working there were all like, "We're gonna watch the next. What was it? You want to come over and watch Moana 2?" And I was like, "Where am I right now? What is this?"
Oh, speaking of with Stitch and Elvis, if you go to Walmart, they have small stuffed animals of Stitch in like a couple different Elvis outfits.
Oh, that's funny.
So I'm assuming in the movie he's gonna wear the outfit like he does in the animated movie.
Yeah, but I want Elvis to have brass knuckles.
Well,
You know what I mean? Like I want him to have a machete. I want him to do something
black
crazy.
claws and spiky teeth is about as good as you're gonna
Imagine
get.
Elvis with a chainsaw.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, the conspiracy theory is Elvis was a CIA asset, so you never know.
I don't know. Mr. Presley, you wouldn't hurt me, would you? And he's just like, oh. I don't know. Okay, anyway.
Start writing.
All right. Next thing up. Chris, I think this is probably the next one we should talk about, right?
Yep.
Now, this is something I only recently became aware of.
Okay.
Just like in the last week or so. I don't know that much about it, but let's jump into the trailer. It's for Sinners.
We've been gone a long time. We back now. You twins? Nah, we cousins.
So why couldn't Elvis be the villain in this film?
It was a little before his time.
Come on.
There are legends of people with the gift of making music so true. It can conjure spirits from the past and the future. This gift can bring fame and fortune.
Will somebody take me in your
Hell yeah.
But it also can pierce the veil between life and death.
Okay, so I've seen some faces already that I recognize.
Right.
People I know will be good. So that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Listen here. This ain't no house party. Shit. Y'all ready to drink? Y'all ready to sweat till y'all stink?
You want some?
You keep dancing with the devil.
Careful, boy. You gonna bite off more than you can chew.
One day he's gonna follow you home.
You got us a problem now. What the hell going on?
Oh, we heard tale of a party. This world already left you for dead.
Maybe I just need to see more of the trailer. I'm still a little bit unsure of the premise. Is this like a real supernatural thing, or is it just?
Oh yeah,
okay,
no,
all right.
It is. I've seen the trailer already, so.
You don't need no saving.
Yes, you do.
And you are?
I am. Your way out. Don't cry. It's all better now.
Yes, I lied to you.
Did he have like demon claws?
Yeah.
You can't really see it, but.
Yes, I lied to you.
Yeah. He's got some fingies. All right.
I don't believe in magic. Ghosts, demons.
Yep.
Just power.
Somebody please take me.
We gonna kill every last one of you.
Difficult not to get hyped as hell. I mean, that's really good so far.
Yeah.
Hey, I ain't mean to scare you. Thought y'all done forgot about me in here. Come on, open the door, let on out of here.
Stay. It's you?
Robert Stack is in there.
That ain't your brother.
Lie to you.
overdose, man. Let me tell you. I think I shot myself.
Yeah, so that looks really good.
Yeah. Kind of that crossroad, the old Crossroads story meets demon vampires.
Yeah, my only question is, what exactly is it? Is it demonic things? Is it vampires? Is it...
Yeah.
What is it? But that'll be the fun of going, I guess.
Right.
That looks really good.
Yeah, I guess because they have, Ryan Coogler and the actors attached to it. It's like,
right.
You don't really care what the premise is. You go because, of the people that are involved.
You know it's going to be good, yeah.
Yeah. Which in a way is cool, because if you know what the premise is, you're probably not going to be surprised. So
right.
Yeah, and like
nice.
Yeah, to not have specific expectations. Just that it might be fun,
It's good to tease, but leave it completely open for interpretation.
Yeah, it's probably better that way.
Before you get there.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay, we've got one more trailer.
Video game
related.
Finally one coming out.
Oh, I've got a lot of things coming out that I'm very excited about, but this, let's take a look at this. Silent Hill F.
Peggy 18.
Is it really Silent Hill F? Mm-hmm. Or does the F mean something
else?
No,
it's supposed to mean something else, but...
Okay.
シュウ君、嘘ついてるよね。騙せてると思う？ひなこを。ひなこはね、死んだんだよ。
I don't know, I'm getting scared.
ひなこはお友達といつまでも一緒にいたい。お友達は永遠じゃ。
So this is a full-on Japanese Silent Hill.
Yes.
It's an interesting concept.
Right.
ないのよ。彼らだっていつか必ずあなたを裏切る。あなた。
Just to be clear, Silent Hill has always been Japanese.
Right.
But this
takes
it's
never
place
been
in Japan.
Set in Japan. Yeah.
I think that could add like a traditional J-horror spin to this. That could be really cool.
Yeah.
裏切り者と呼ばれたように。きなこ？あ、ごめん。何？天秤にかける価値があるかどうか、しっかりと判断しなさい。
Oh, now you stepped in it.
Literally.
Yeah, this has really... It's exactly what I thought I would see, to be honest. Oh, yeah, okay.
Hinako, いつまでここにいる気なの？自分でもおかしいと思うの。自分で自分がわからない感じ。
I assume that this is all in-game, this here.
Yes.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. I love the fact that they've kind of changed the aesthetic of, like, when the tone changes in Silent Hill, that in the Japanese one, it's gone more of this, like, natural, almost cherry blossom-ish change to it.
Instead of the meat grinder, industrial look of the original.
Yeah. But it still has like this horror flair to it.
Is there a genre of games that benefits more from better graphics than horror?
I don't think so.
Right? Doesn't that? It just seems like you have these incredible visuals. Oh, it really works. It really adds.
自分の気持ちが自分で理解できない。私かお前の夢の中ってことはないよな。
ひなこ、
もう時間がないのよ。あなたが生かされたということは、ここに至ってもまだ迷いがあるということなのね。 あなたはそれに悩める時間もう尽きかけている。
Okay, so that judging from that phone, what do you think the time period of this is? Just seeing that phone.
I mean, 50s?
I was going to say 60s, but yeah,
50s,
maybe
60s,
yeah.
right in between there.
That's cool. We don't have to deal with cell phones, computers.
Right, yeah.
Isn't that nice? Lunch?
あなたは誰なの？さっきからなんで何もわからないふりをしているの？私はね、あんたをすぐに殺すこともできたんだよ。全部奪ったな。
The good old lead pipe.
Yeah.
全部私から奪ったな。
それではお別れを。あなたが幸せをつかんでくれることを願っています。
Uh-oh. All right.
Very good vibes, this one.
Definitely, definitely. I'm interested. But I'm a Silent Hill fan that most people probably don't agree with. My favorite is the original. I know like everyone loves Silent Hill 2. Some people like the later ones, but I know Silent Hill 2 is like traditionally the one that everyone loves. Silent Hill 1 is still my favorite.
Oh, I'm right there with you. But this looks it has the Silent Hill feel.
It feels completely different in some ways.
I was gonna say, but it has like completely different. And it brings that whole true Japanese horror to the actual Japanese horror.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, so
absolutely. Great. Well, that looks good. Chris, it's getting kind of dark outside. I think we're having a storm in a minute. That's pretty fun. Well, let's end today with just a discussion about Daredevil.
We actually have.
Oh, sorry. You had another thing, didn't you?
Yeah.
Throw it out.
We kind of had the big news, the announcement.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Can I share this? Let's see.
I wasn't in charge of it, so I forgot it existed because that's how I roll.
Okay, I'm trying to. You gotta let me share it.
Oh, I'll allow it. I will allow it. So I'm sure everyone listening probably knows that they announced the cast list for what's it called? Avengers Doomsday?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's the first compilation.
Is this the one where Superman gets killed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Still the best Superman comic because that's the one where you don't have Superman. I did not say that.
Wow.
I did not say that.
I did love that series growing up. I mean, it hit me at the right time. So I do have a fondness for Superboy, Man of Steel, Cyborg Superman. Oh, okay. This is nice.
Okay. This is the graphic that I found that kind of best shows. So, I mean, obviously, they had it was almost a 5-hour long intro to these guys, which was painstaking.
Now,
so I do have a question about that because
sure.
I keep hearing about the 5 hours, but what I saw was like, what, 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, they condensed it down to 2 minutes, but the live stream itself, they took like 15 minutes between each seat reveal.
Oh.
So when they put it out online, they shortened it to like I think it's like 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes. But yeah,
why would they do that anyway?
To make it an event, everyone's talking about it,
right? I mean, obviously we look at this list, and for you guys at home, they've got the names up here, or the ones listening to the podcast. Some of the names we expected, you know, RDJ, we knew was going to be Doctor Doom, Chris Hemsworth, Thor. We had a feeling that Fantastic Four was leading up into this. So we got Pedro, Vanessa, Joseph Quinn, and Yvonne for the Fantastic Four. We also kind of knew that Thunderbolts was also leaning in. So we have, Sebastian, Florence Pugh, Wyatt Russell, Hannah John Kamen, who plays Ghost, and then David Harbour as Red Guardian. And then also announcing was kind of surprising that they actually announced Lewis Pullman as Sentry.
Right, but also I don't see Taskmaster here.
So you beat me to it.
Is going to die,
and that's is that a a spoiler for Thunderbolts?
It's not a spoiler if we don't know anything.
Right. So we've got a couple from the last Black Panther, Letitia Wright, Winston Duke, M'Baku is back, and then I was kind of surprised because he got such a lukewarm, if not less, reception. Namor coming back.
Yeah, to see Namor back is interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, so that was kind of a surprise.
Well, and I'll be honest with you, I've never liked that character.
Yeah,
he's always just his whole thing is like he's a stuck-up douche.
Right.
No offense to the actor who did a good job. He's fine. Just that character, I've always, just like with Falcon, I've always been like, I don't know what it is, but I don't know.
I like Falcon as Falcon.
I prefer him as Captain America all the way. All of a sudden, I'm interested in him. You know what I mean?
See, yeah, no, I'm completely the opposite. I like Falcon as Falcon. He was a better character.
I think the wings make me upset. I don't know what it is about the flying around, but it makes me mad.
Yeah. And then we have, honestly, well, speaking of, Captain Falcon, Anthony Mackie is back. And then the new Falcon, that Danny Ramirez, a kind of thrown in one, which we knew he was alive, obviously, but Ant-Man. Paul Rudd. And then, there had been like no talk of Shang-Chi and Simu Liu coming back, but then
it's been years now.
Yeah,
I know. I've heard like, oh yeah, they're doing Shang-Chi too, but we don't know when.
Right.
Well, it's, and I have to admit that that's one of my daughter's favorites. Like she watches Shang-Chi over and over. She likes it.
Right.
So I don't know. I think she likes the mystical element to it.
Yeah.
It's magical and feels more like a Disney movie in some ways. So yeah, but so it's cool to see him back. I think she'll be really excited about that.
Right. And then the one set of cast that was the big surprise.
Yes.
And, we're finally going to see X-Men in a Marvel MCU movie, an actual MCU movie.
I mean, is it a surprise that they are in the movie, or is it a surprise that they announced it?
That's a good question, Bruno.
See, I've kind of got this theory that this is going to be the events, because if you know the story of Secret Wars, it's where a lot of the different universes collide, get thrown on a giant battle world, basically to see who comes out. I have this feeling with this being the first of the two movies, this is going to be
They all die.
This is going to be the vehicle. This is going to be the vehicle to launch the new X-Men moving forward.
Are we finally going to get it? Is it finally going to happen?
Because, just to go through the X-Men we're getting, Patrick Stewart, obviously, Professor X, Ian McKellen, Magneto, ones that kind of surprised me, Alan Rickman coming back as Nightcrawler.
Whoa. Alan Rickman is dead, dude.
Alan Rickman.
That is a surprise.
I know. Alan Cummings. Why did I...
Would be really cool. Actually.
I literally was watching. No, hold on. I was literally watching Harry Potter this morning
I
doing
see.
writing notes.
I
So
see.
Alan, and I'm staring at the picture. I don't know. Alan Cummings is Nightcrawler, and I want to see the black and red uniform and him holding 3 swords.
Yep. As many
Give
swords
me
as he
that
can get his
scene.
hands on.
Give me that
Yep.
scene.
Maybe 5 swords.
Right. Rebecca Romaine as Mystique,
Cool.
the OG Mystique.
Yep.
James Marsden coming back as Cyclops. I want to see that X-Men 97 uniform on them.
He needs to have it on.
Yeah. And
They already did it to Professor X in Multiverse of Madness. They got him in that outfit, and they got him in that yellow
chair.
Yeah.
Now, Kelsey Grammer, I'm kind of not surprised because the end of Marvels.
They already gave us that, yeah.
They already gave us that. But the biggest kind of surprise is the fact that they're bringing Channing Tatum in
as Gambit. So how much of that version of Gambit from Deadpool will it be? Will he be, I mean, he needs to be a little bit more the actual Gambit, right? Like he needs to be a little bit more.
He's got to tone down that stupid accent that he had
but at the same time, I just loved it, and so did everyone else.
I know. But to be in a more serious movie, he's got to calm that down just a little. I mean, he can still have that kind of Creole accent, but
making a name for myself today.
Tone it down. Yeah, that part was the least.
I loved all the videos.
Part of that,
yeah, so good. Yeah, but obviously the X-Men are the biggest surprise here. Part of me is like, come on, man, like move on already. Like these guys have done their time. Please.
I really think this is the vehicle to between this and Secret Wars is going to be the vehicle to switch the universe, and we get new.
And I think that, and obviously there's another glaring omission here.
There's several glaring omissions.
Well, I think the biggest one is Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman and Tom Holland.
Tom Holland for sure. He's got to be in Secret Wars.
That's and honestly, Ryan Reynolds too. And if you go by the end of Deadpool Wolverine, there should be Daphne Keane.
Oh yeah,
Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds from that universe, and then Tom Holland coming from. Or you know what? We may get another, which wasn't a great surprise, but a Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield.
This is the perfect time to bring him back.
Spider-Man in this as quote unquote surprise character.
I want them to throw so much money at this movie, whether or not it succeeds. I want them to spend every penny.
I mean,
bring
honestly,
them all in.
The biggest thing is I don't like the decision to make RDJ Doctor Doom.
We're just gonna have to deal with it. I don't like it either. But this is a specific version of Doom. There's still room for us to get the real Doom.
Right.
So hopefully that is the case, because I agree with you.
I mean, and it's the whole concept of, like Fantastic Four. Why do we have Galactus and Fantastic Four getting introduced, and we don't have Norrin Radd getting introduced as the Silver Surfer?
Yep. By the way, oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, it makes no fucking sense whatsoever.
Well, and they're already setting up for Doom stuff. If you take a look at Daredevil.
Right.
There's a nice little reference there.
Yes.
Did you guys catch that?
Yes. The location.
Yes.
Consulate. Yes.
Yes.
But like I said, there's some omissions that really stand out in this.
Like, I can understand why Daredevil's not on this list.
Right.
I can understand why. Is it sad? Yes. I can understand why Blade is not on this list. Is it sad? I'm crying. I'm crying right now.
Right.
But, I'm going to get upset. We need Blade right now, and we need Ghost Rider right now.
Well,
oh my God. What is going on with Ghost Rider? What is going on?
I hate to tell you on that one, there's another, firing and looking for a new director again for Blade. So
that's over. I mean, that's never going to happen.
It's soft canceled at this point.
Yeah. But we have Ghost Rider. He's right here. No, we're not doing anything with him.
Oh, I know.
What are
who
you
knows?
thinking about?
Maybe that's something with Secret Wars.
Listen, when you can do an R-rated Daredevil, a Deadpool movie that makes all the money in the world, and you have all these other amazing, more mature-rated Marvel characters that people love.
Right.
Where is Punisher? Where is Ghost Rider? Where is Blade? What are you doing, you morons?
Well, you know what? Also, I was thinking, because I'm gonna go through. I've got a list of like everything that leads up to Secret Wars. That's live action, but there were some leaked like renderings of storyboards. Star-Lord is missing.
I don't give a shit.
I'm just saying the things that they've kind of shown, potential young Avengers. You know, because we're gonna get some stuff.
Yep.
So
I know Ironheart. Yeah,
I'm thinking some of this is either saved for a surprise or saved for Secret War.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, the way that I'm looking at this cast is that this is probably the story of it's going to be around these characters, but it doesn't mean the others won't show up.
Right.
It's just
right.
They won't be the focus, I guess, which kind of was the same with, Infinity War, Endgame sort of thing, like the Hawkeye thing. And
right. And you had, factions of people kind of separated all over the place. So,
and when you have this many characters, like, you don't expect to spend a lot of time with any of them.
No,
it's not going to happen. No. Even if this movie is 3 hours long, which it will
be.
Yeah. Don't expect to spend a lot of time.
Okay, so I'm gonna cancel that. Okay, this is the list so far, and this goes through because Secret Wars is coming out in May of 2027. So, first thing, the soonest thing we have is Thunderbolts, which is May 2nd.
Which I'm hopeful about, but I'm not holding my breath anymore.
No. And then we've got the Ironheart series that's been pushed back for what? Half a decade now at this point.
Immemorial.
Yeah.
What's that phrase?
In memoriam. Yeah.
Memorial.
That's supposed to be in June. Okay. Then we go through the big July push with the Fantastic Four, and then outside of Marvel, that's Superman. That's the new Jurassic World. So July's going to be a busy.
I'm really looking forward to Superman, even if it's terrible. I just want to see Superman.
Me
on
too.
The screen. I am a Bruno. I know how you feel about Superman.
Hey, I just had the blanket. I forgot the name of the director, but
James Gunn.
James Gunn,
yeah. I mean, it's James Gunn, so I'm all for it. I mean, I will watch anything he does. So.
Oh, that's good to hear. Okay.
Let's see. Let's move to December. We have the Wonder Man show.
Yeah.
Which is
interesting.
Yeah,
but I think that's one of those wild card things that could be really good. Who knows?
Right. Go ahead,
Bruno.
No, I was going to say I really liked the character growing up, but saying that it's going to be a good show, I don't know. It has potential. I'm excited. I want to watch that one, but I'm not thinking it's going to.
I'm really curious because they're bringing Ben Kingsley back.
Oh yeah, okay, interesting.
In it, so I'm like, okay, he
seems to be having a good time.
Yeah, Trevor Slattery with his little ass monkey thing that he had running around with the wings.
Ass monkey.
Shang-Chi. Come on, it was hairy and had wings. It looked like if what's her face from Wicked screwed up a spell of making flying monkeys. Anyway, we moved to 2026, so that's kind of July is the last real movie for Marvel, so we're gonna move to May. Is Doomsday, so
yep.
And then Spider-Man.
Only a year away.
Yeah, only a year away. Spider-Man 4 is in July.
Hell of a year.
Yeah.
If these things stay on track.
Right. Well, I mean, they're on track. They're filming everything now.
Right.
A lot of it. Vision Quest, the series.
I like, is it Paul Bettany, right? I
Yeah,
like
Paul
him.
Bettany.
He needs to be Vision. Use him while we have him. Come on.
Right. So, and then Daredevil Born Again season 2 comes out late in
To
2026.
save the year, just in case.
Well, and then they're gonna do. They haven't said if it's a 1 episode special or like a small mini series, but Bernthal is coming back for his own shot with Daredevil.
Why not just do Disney Plus movies? Like, you guys, they can be good. They've proven it.
I think for the Punisher, they are doing just a special, right? Isn't that?
Yeah, I don't know if it was just 1 episode or like a 2-parter or something, but it just says that it's a small. It's not a full series or whatever it is.
But it needs to happen something because, yeah,
You got the perfect guy to play the character.
We need to see Frank go after Peter Parker.
That'd be fun. That'd be fun.
And then we have to wait until May again for Secret Wars, and that's it on the docket for 2027. So,
Well, some good stuff anyway. We have some good things to look forward to, probably. We'll see. Or maybe we'll, in 2027, still be complaining. I don't know.
We'll see.
I hope not.
I mean, I hope they turn it around. And I hope Secret Wars is what kickstarts, they kind of quit talking about phases when phase 4 like tanked so bad.
Yeah.
So so I'm just hoping that, after Secret Wars is when everything reboots and kind of, you don't have to start at square one, but move past everything previous.
Yeah.
To get where you're going. So.
Yeah. And maybe if you're sending off all these old characters with this first movie, maybe that's the case.
Right.
We'll see. But yeah. Well, I don't have anything else to say on that.
Yeah.
Just that I think we should move into Daredevil because I want to talk about Daredevil.
Yes, let's go.
So this will be our last little thing here.
Yep.
So everyone here is caught up.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Listener, viewer, if you're not caught up, there's going to be spoilers. They're going to fly.
Yeah.
I loved the bank robbery episode. That was really fun. That felt like an issue of the comic that you would just pick up randomly and read it 100 times as a kid and go, "Oh, that was fun." Like he's not really even Daredevil in that episode. I mean, he hasn't been through most of the show, but
I was gonna say,
but you know what I mean? Like, but it's still so Daredevil. It's so Matt Murdock. It shows another side of him. He's not just beating the shit out of people. I thought everything about that was fun. The Miss Marvel reference was very, honestly, refreshing. I didn't mind that at all. The character made sense to be there.
Right.
It all made sense. It worked for me completely. And it sort of set up the idea of like maybe there could be a team up in the future. Great. He's a really good lawyer.
Yeah.
And I loved that. So the way that episode worked was tension the whole way through. And then at the end, you get this wonderful release where I didn't expect it to turn out so well.
Yeah.
I expected the woman to get away with the jewel, but instead, like, we got an episode where like it all just works, and it was so satisfying to me, like that they didn't have to go, oh, but we can't have this, and you can't have it all, Like no, he even puts that mask on and beats the shit out of that guy in the street.
Yeah.
And at the end with the thing in the candy dish, it felt like just the perfect little story. I loved it.
I honestly think this was the episode that the series has turned. And kind of the first 3, they were okay to me, but the bank episode, I think, is where the series finally started to turn to really, really feel more like Daredevil.
Episode 3, I felt like it turned up the heat a little bit. It's particularly near the end, But yeah, episode 4 was the one where really it was like, oh, is the bank one 4?
5.
Oh, it's 5.
Good
5.
God. Yeah, that's what I meant. But yeah, yeah, that was the one, right? I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
I think. Go ahead.
Oh
No, Bruno, you go.
Go for it, Bruno. I was gonna comment on the next one, but yeah, go for it.
No. I was just going to say that I do think that bank episode, what it does is that, even being like a completely separate episode, it's like the one that kind of pushes him to become Daredevil again in a way.
Right.
It's like the 6th episode is all about him and Fisk kind of getting back to the past, and
Right.
but it's that episode that kind of pushes him, and I quite like that. Yeah,
they're both taking their masks off in some way.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and so then in the most recent episode, Fisk walking down those stairs. First of all, the way those are cut together, that sort of the finale of that episode, the way those are cut together was genius to me. You first see Fisk at the top of those steps. I thought it was Daredevil coming down the steps to find the killer. It was Fisk with a goddamn axe.
Yeah.
And you think he's just going to chop this man up, but no, it's Wilson Fisk. He gives a pretty cool speech, like he does, and then he gives that guy the axe, like hands it to him and says, "Here's your chance, buddy."
And then proceeded to hand his ass to him.
Oh my God. And also, but Daredevil finding the killer and I love that, like, he would have killed him. He would have straight up killed him if she was not there and he wasn't listening to her heart.
Right.
That says something about Daredevil. He is number one, cares about the good and saving lives and not taking lives, but also the fact that he is one step away, just like from the previous show, from becoming the Punisher.
Right.
He's one step away.
Yeah, I actually thought that. Go ahead, Pat.
No.
No, I was going to say, I actually thought it was going to end differently, because the way I was seeing is that because they were having like these two guys, like, getting back to their old ways, I thought that it was kind of a way to showing that they are kind of the same, but in the end, one kills the guy and the other doesn't. So I was actually quite surprised that neither did. It felt like very much, I don't know. I didn't feel it was as rewarding on the side of Fisk because of that, because I felt like they were trying to get to something, and then when it didn't get, I was like, okay. But still, yeah, it's.
Hang on, maybe it was really late, and maybe I was under the influence. Does Fisk not kill that guy? Is that what you're saying?
Really?
I thought he killed that guy. There's no way he's not dead.
He threw him back in the cell.
Right, he dragged him back in there, but I just thought he was dead. I guess I just assumed he was dead.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. From my understanding, he wasn't, but maybe I'm wrong. But
maybe I'm wrong.
I think the whole scene was him basically showing he can, no matter what this guy has or does, Fisk can beat him to within an inch of his life.
I love that.
But he still has control of him. I think that's what that. I think the guy is still alive.
Vanessa would like me to let you go. Oh God, he's so good. That voice he's doing, his mannerisms.
Right.
When the show first started, I was a little bit upset because Penguin was so good and really went there on a lot of this stuff. And I just had the feeling like, well, Daredevil's not going to be able to go there. It just can't go there. But some of this stuff has come close. Some of this stuff has come pretty close. Although, Bruno, did you watch Penguin?
I did not watch Penguin. No.
Let me highly recommend it to you, please.
Yes, if you get a chance, definitely.
Imagine if the show was about Fisk. Like, imagine if the show was just about the villain, right?
Yeah.
But manages to make you root for him, and then has something happen, and I won't give it away to you if you haven't seen it. Something happens at the end that is so mind blowing, and the show tricks you. Penguin is so worth watching. It is so good. You don't need to know anything about Batman. I'm sure you do, but for people who maybe haven't, you don't need to know about Batman. Maybe it would help to see the most recent The Batman, but you don't even need to have seen it.
Right.
Okay.
It's
because it's got enough backstory in the series.
Yeah, they tell you
and
everything you need to know.
it's not, and it's very short amount of backstory, but it's very concise.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I need to make it my next thing to watch. Really,
I highly recommend it.
Absolutely.
It is a feel bad in a good way kind of show. You know what I mean?
Probably the best show of last year.
It took the top spot for me, for sure, like easily. Although I didn't watch that many shows, to be honest.
Yeah.
Acolyte. We don't have to go there.
No.
Don't be mean. I enjoyed the Acolyte.
Did you like it? You know, listen, I'm not one that hated it for the reasons why some of the nerds hated it. I just didn't find it to be that compelling. And you know what? The main reason I hated it was I hated that guy with the beard. That guy that was just floating there. I wanted him to just get it. I couldn't stand him. Get him off my screen.
The guy with the beard.
He's just floating. He looks like an Amish man. He's just floating there. They're like, he hasn't said a word. He hasn't said a word in 10 years. He's a waste of space. He's a Jedi that's doing nothing. Get out of here.
I think it had a lot of flaws. It definitely had a lot of flaws, but I think it wasn't nowhere near.
Well, and it's
as
like,
bad.
why are we killing Carrie Ann Moss in the first? What are you doing? You got Carrie Ann Moss? Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, so my final thoughts on Daredevil is the show. It initially started a little rocky for me because I really didn't care for the first episode, and it's not because Foggy dies or because Karen goes away. Although I would love to see Karen come back. It's in fact I think Foggy dying is a good thing for the show. Unfortunately, I mean he's a character that I was always torn on anyway. I never loved him, but we did spend some time together, and he kind of wormed his way into my heart. So it's one of those things where I'm finally like ready to see it all happen, and then they rip Foggy away from me. It was a tough decision probably, but a good decision. To me, it really propels the whole thing, and you keep getting these moments where he's got the card and the braille, and he's got all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's very Daredevil once again to have him have that memory that keeps him going, that painful thing that's going to push him to new violence.
Which, by the way, I've seen a screenshot. He has a, shall we say, new old costume on.
Okay.
And it's very much, if you know the comic, Daredevil Born Again. And we finally get the double D.
Oh, right. I love double Ds.
So, don't we all?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I love his black look when it's like black with a hint of red.
Right.
That's my favorite Daredevil look. Although I do love the just like kind of black jumpsuit with the face mask to here.
Right.
I've always loved that look. They do that really well in the first couple seasons though. So we've gotten that.
Right.
I do love that look though, for sure.
Let's just say you'll be pleasantly surprised on this one.
Hell yeah. Oh, and go.
No, just don't give us the yellow suit. That's it.
No.
Seems like nobody liked that.
Nobody like.
It was cool to see
and mustard, not so much. Yeah.
It was cool to see it, but no, I get it. But no, the scene when he's rushing towards what's the killer called again?
Muse.
Muse, yes, Muse. I don't know how I forgot that, but yes, he's rushing towards Muse in the subway, and he hooks the thing into the wall and uses it to propel him even faster,
right?
In like a super punch situation. I was like, that's fucking awesome. Oh my god, that was wonderful. This show is fun. Thumbs up, Daredevil.
Yeah, I mean it has still some flaws. I'm not gonna lie, it still had some flaws.
But come on, after
compared to what we've been, I was gonna say compared to what we've been getting, yeah, I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
I'm not satisfied, but I'm okay with it.
I'm pretty satisfied with Daredevil. I'll have to say.
Well, it's just the fact that we've seen them do better, and I know they can do better. And we're in the middle right now with episode-wise. When they completely changed everything. So we're done with like what they previously had before they went back and rewrote everything. So
okay.
So we're at that on that point, moving forward with the new writers and director and everything.
The fun of Fisk having to deal with his office and children
We
singing
built this
songs.
city.
Oh man, that was so cool.
That really was a great moment.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then the Latvians singing the same song. He's like,
yep.
You can see it going through his head. I can beat every one of these assholes in the head with my cane and walk out the door.
Yep. It was pretty good. Pretty good. Well, okay. This has been a wonderful chat. Bruno, I want to thank you for being here once
Thank
again.
you for having me.
Yes. Come back anytime. We want people to check out Cinematic Figments if you're into that anthology, if you're into sci-fi, if you're into supporting indie comics. Come on, guys. It's right there. I will link the Kickstarter in the description of the episode. And anything else, Bruno, that you need to tell people about or places they can find you?
Yeah, I mean, you can find me on Bluesky, mainly on Bruno Catarino, and on Kickstarter, look for Cinematic Figments. That's SC Cinematic, but just spell it whichever way Kickstarter search will find it. It just doesn't work in a audio format, but
right.
Whatever.
Exactly. Well, once again, thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
And thanks for sharing those early copies. I had a blast reading it.
Yep.
As always. Yeah. It was
thanks,
good.
guys.
Yeah. Chris, anything else?
No, nothing I can think of.
All right, everybody. We'll talk to you next time.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.